crazy. 10,000 subscribers. What is up, YouTube? Welcome to what some of you maybe have been waiting for a while now, the 10K Q&A video, where I answer your questions that you asked me a few videos back, and you get the answers that you've been asking for. So we're gonna start off with what's probably the most commonly asked question that I get on YouTube and Twitch. Harrison asks, "How did you meet the F2 boys?" So it's kind of crazy how this all happened. So I met John through other friends who I also met through other friends. I was on Twitch only. I didn't do YouTube. There's this thing that John does called Fucked Up Friday every Friday night. On Twitch, we drink and play video games together. We make drinking games out of the games. So I'd known him for a while now. It'd been about a year. We actually, funny enough, I met Rob and Mike before any of this F2 stuff even happened at PAX South. I was drinking at a bar, hanging out with some of my streamer friends, and John was at the same bar, and I was talking to John, in which kind of led to me talking to Mike, and me and Mike talked about Rocket League and hung out for a while, and then me and Rob briefly met and talked for a little bit as well, and we all had no idea that we'd end up doing all this together, like I would be joining them and being a sub for F2. So that's the way it really happened. Was John just kind of hit me up one day a little bit before RLCS started and was like, "Hey, we need a sub, and I know you play Rocket League. Would you be down to be the sub for F2?" And of course, I immediately said yes. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not on a team. I play all the time. If you guys need me, like, I'm totally down. That'd be awesome." So yeah, I said yes and ended up meeting them, talking to them a little more. That's pretty much how it happened. Warrior Zonzi asks, "Do you have a girlfriend? And if you do, can you make a vid like John did with his wife? When will there be a 1v1 against Mike?" Do I have a girlfriend? Yes, I do. And wait, no, shit, I don't. So yeah, I can't make that video for you. Sorry. When will there be a 1v1 against Mike? Hopefully soon. Me and Mike have been talking about making a video for a couple weeks now. He's super busy. I'm really busy as well. So eventually it'll happen. We really want to do a twos video together because I feel like me and him would play pretty well. So hopefully soon. I don't really have an exact answer for you. Gorilla Games asks, "Where did you get the name PhantomACE?" Another commonly asked question. I marched something called DCI. You may have heard of it. Most of you haven't. It's Drum Corps International. It's basically marching band on steroids. Really hard to explain without going into a lot of detail. Basically, you tour the country with a bunch of other musicians. It's extremely athletic and very, very hardcore. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. You really get your ass kicked. You're wearing a 30, 40-pound drum running around a field 12 hours a day in 100-degree weather. It's intense. And the group, my dream group that I always wanted to be in was Phantom Regiment. Ever since I saw them live in 2006, 2007, I always wanted to march there. And I made it happen. I worked my ass off and marched 2 years on snare at Phantom Regiment. So Phantom Regiment is the name of the group, which really stuck with me. I love the sound of anything that has to do with Phantom. I think it's a really badass word, Phantom. I was actually dating a streamer at the time, and she had the idea to just kind of randomize the name and look up a bunch of stuff. And at the time, I was mainly playing CSGO, which for those that play, you know that if you get a 5-kill round, it's an ace. And so PhantomACE, and I liked the sound of that, but PhantomACE was taken. So I got PhantomACE _ for the first year and a half of streaming until recently. I got my name changed and I got it on YouTube as well. So that's pretty much how PhantomACE came to be. Gwyn asks, "How old are you?" I am 24. I was born August 17th, 1992 in Chino, California. Southern California. It's really close to LA. Drew Stolberg asking the big questions. Are you a virgin? Sean Singh asks, "What did you used to do before starting streaming in YouTube full time?" A lot of different things. Mostly that drum corps stuff that I mentioned. I was really big into drumming. I've been drumming for 15 years now, I believe. Yeah, I think 15 years. So a lot of my time was devoted to getting better, drumming all the time, practicing and gaming, really. I've been gaming since I can remember, my parents are both gamers. My dad, I don't know, I can't remember exactly what game he introduced me to originally, but all I know is I remember watching him play the demo for the original Half-Life when it came out, and I used to watch him play games all the time. Half-Life, I mean, Max Payne when it first came out. So many different games I used to watch him play. So I've been gaming for a long time, but as a career choice or as a career before streaming in YouTube, my first job ever was at Olive Garden. I worked at Olive Garden for a while before I went on tour. Then I worked at a pawn shop, which was a cool job, but it really sucked. It was on Beach Boulevard in California, which was just a crazy area. Tons of personalities coming in. And then I worked for an energy drink company as a sales rep. I would basically drive around and try to get stores to stock the drink. And then I worked at Sam Ash, which is a music store. I was in the drum department working in California. Then I moved to Vegas, ended up being the drum department manager for a few months. And then I eventually quit to move to Texas to pursue streaming full time. And I've been full-time ever since, which is amazing. I also, when I lived in California, did some recording stuff. I recorded for Jay-Z on a movie soundtrack for the movie Annie. Which was, I think, wow. That was a while ago now. Like 3 years ago, I guess, right? 2 or 3 years ago. I did some commercial work for different brands, like TV commercials. I was in a music video for Alicia Dixon. But yeah, a lot of my life revolved around drumming until I started streaming. I did used to drum on Twitch as well, but my wrist has issues, torn tendons, so taking a break right now. But hopefully that gets cleared up soon. Nick R asks, what tattoos and how many tattoos do you have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why that was so hard for me. I know I have 4. I've got, this one is from Phantom Regiment, like I mentioned before, the group. A lot of people are like, oh, is that military? It's not. It's actually the group Phantom Regiment. If you look them up on Google or YouTube, the uniform has the chevron stitched into the arm. And it's been something that's been a part of the group for years. It's a symbol of the group. We had an acronym for the group that basically you only know it if you march Phantom Regiment called SUDA. And that stands for something I'm not going to tell you. And that's what this is. So yeah, that was my first tattoo ever, actually. That's been 4 years since I got this one now. After that, I got one on my chest right here. It's for my mom. I then got one on my leg, which I'll show you right here. My cousin did this. He lives in Las Vegas. He works at Broken Dagger Tattoo. If you want to check him out, Robbie, he is awesome. And by far my favorite is this one right here, which you can see here as well, but it looks better in this picture right here. My favorite band ever is Circus Survive. A lot of their songs carry a lot of weight with me, brought me through some really rough times. Music is my band-aid for sure with everything. And these are their album covers. It's 3 of their album covers put into one. Violent Waves is the watercolor earth, which is the part you see at the top of the balloon. It's like the weird blue and green with the ship going across the top. The middle is On Letting Go, which is the balloon and the strings going down to the girl. And the girl is from Juturna, and her hair is basically, the flame going into the balloon. So I combine all the pieces into one. This is going to be a full sleeve by the artist Esau Andrews, who did these paintings. So super excited to get that done. But yeah, that is all my tattoos as of right now. Hopefully I'll have more by the next Q&A video. Michael Walters asks, Phantom for Captain. It's not a question, but it's a bold statement, and I appreciate you. Johnny B. Games asks, are you black? Not that I'm aware of. Xerxes, XCR, Agario, hi buddy. How many hours of Rocket League do you have? Well, let's check. I have 1,016, so I just broke 1,000 hours. So this is when I start getting good at the game, right? Daimo asks, do you ever feel like you are hated or not appreciated, I assume, is what you're asking, by F2 fans? You know, the whole replacing mic thing. And if so, does it affect you? Great question. It doesn't bother me. There's definitely a ton of people on both sides that like me a lot and like me as an addition to F2. But there's definitely people who wish I didn't exist on Earth, I believe. Nothing wrong with that. They're just very defensive over their YouTubers. They're very defensive over their favorites. And some new guy, like imagine your favorite band has been around for a year and you love that band, and then they just introduce this random guy that you've never heard of. You know, I totally get it, and it's fine. Granted, I've gotten some pretty nasty things said to me. It does not affect me. No, if I'm being honest with you, it really doesn't hurt my feelings. And I don't feel hated by the F2 community whatsoever. I've felt very welcomed. I don't know. I feel like I've gained a lot of new friends and a lot of new people in the community thanks to F2. And I would not be anywhere near where I am now on YouTube if it wasn't for the guys at F2. You know, obviously, Mike, Rob, and John have been amazing friends to me. And I'm really excited to move forward and see what kind of content we can make together. Mimo Demo asks, how many years of drumming have you done, and can you do some on the Q&A? Like I said a little bit ago, I think 14 or 15 years. I can't remember exactly. Close to that. I basically started as soon as I entered elementary school. I don't have my drum set unpacked, unfortunately, but I could show you this. Cole McMahon asks, did you by chance play Call of Duty back in the day? I recognize your name from when you played with Rob and John. I did play a lot of Call of Duty back in the day, but I didn't have the handle PhantomACE. I didn't make any content either, so you probably didn't hear of me or remember me. But back then, I either went by Josh Burns Red, not because I'm white and I burn, but because my favorite band at that time was August Burns Red, or I went by Sudafed. So those were the two names I went by. So it wasn't me, sorry. Cloudy Dream asks, what was your favorite game as a kid? That's tough. I don't really have one specific favorite game. If I had to choose two of my favorites growing up, it would definitely be The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, or Banjo-Kazooie, the original one. Diddy Kong Racing was definitely one of my favorites. Super Smash, obviously, I loved. And another one was Perfect Dark. Old school, one of the first FPS games I played, I think. So yeah, those are a few that I enjoyed growing up. Little Pizza King asks, do you have any tips for players that are new? Yes, definitely. Be patient. The process takes forever. I am still not even halfway through what I feel like is like my training. I don't think I'm even halfway to where I want to be in Rocket League. Use the training packs. Please use the training packs. They're so helpful. Watch pros play. Watch YouTube videos of pros playing. Watch the live streams on Twitch. You will get so much better just by watching them and seeing how they play. You'll get so much better. I can't stress how much that helped me. Don't get super frustrated when you make mistakes, because it's going to happen. Just figure out what you did wrong and try and fix it the next time it happens. All right, well, hopefully I answered enough of your questions. Obviously, we're going to have more of these as we kind of hit our milestones. I think the next one will be at 25K. I think that's a good number. And then 50. We'll do a huge jump after that or something. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you, obviously, for all the support. I wouldn't have hit 10K without you. Thank you to all the people that have been coming over to my Twitch as well. I really appreciate that support. That is awesome of you. Thank you for that. And yeah, let's keep grinding. We got more videos to put out and more content to put up. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time. Take it easy and have a wonderful day. UV asks, can you dab for me?